We've been telling you about how the old movie theater space at the Eastfield Mall is being transformed into courtrooms. Good evening, everyone. On this Monday, I'm Chris Pisano.
And I'm Jordyn Jagolinzer. Today, the first day of jury selection for the first trial to be held since the pandemic began was held. Western Mass News reporter Briseida Landaverde joins us live in Springfield with how it went. Briseida?
Potential jurors arrived this morning at the Eastfield Mall, called to duty for a 2018 sexual assault case. Our Western Mass News cameras were not allowed inside due to security reasons, but we have photos of how the courtrooms are set up inside the old cinema, left vacant last year in the midst of the pandemic. Judge Michael Callan, the Regional Administrative Justice, tells Western Mass News he has been working alongside other court leaders since the summer to make sure the facility is COVID-19 safe. With a halt in trials, Judge Callan says many in the community are anticipating a chance for justice.
You know, the defendants have been waiting a long time for their trials. The victims in these cases have been waiting for their trials. I think the public wants trials to start, and we're going to deliver. You know, the defendants have been waiting a long time for their trials. The victims in these cases have been waiting for their trials. I think the public wants trials to start, and we're going to deliver.
Jury selection will resume tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. at the Eastfield Mall. However, we're told this particular trial will take place at the Ireland Courthouse in Springfield. There are other trials that are expected to play out here at the Eastfield Mall. And Judge Callan says they're going through many different cases. For now, reporting live in Springfield, Briseida Landaverde for Western Mass News.
We did have a nice start today with a little bit of sunshine, but the clouds are back and so are the showers. Doppler radar is showing some of this green now spreading a little bit farther north into parts of Northampton and Pittsfield. Rain starts off as maybe a couple of sprinkles and then we'll transition to more of a light shower as we go through the rest of the evening. And then a period of steadier rain, which is still back off to our south and west, is expected overnight tonight. Current conditions are cloudy, of course. We're at 67 degrees, even though we did hit 70 today. Breezes are light out of the south and the dew points continue to rise as the moisture moves in. Temperatures are starting to cool now that the rain is beginning to hit the ground. Westfield's dropped to about 65. You just saw Pittsfield drop to 61. But in areas like Orange that are still very dry, you're still close to 70. Amherst 68. So is Ware and so is Palmer. Now through the rest of the evening, showers will eventually spread out over pretty much everybody. Temperatures will drop back down into the 50s. They're going to be on and off this evening, so it's not going to be just a constant rain. So you can still get a walk in, I think. And then overnight tonight, we are expecting more of a steadier rain. Areas of fog, temperatures down into the upper 40s and lower 50s in most spots. And then as we head into your May the 4th, we are expecting showers to last through at least noon, kind of on and off throughout the morning. And then skies remain cloudy in the afternoon with highs in the upper 50s to lower 60s. Now this trend of unsettled and cool weather does look to linger. We'll take a look at all the details in the 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Janna, thanks. The Department of Public Health releasing today's COVID-19 data. The state's positivity rate over the past week sits at just under 1.5%. There have been 18 new deaths due to the virus, and so far more than 3.8 million Massachusetts residents have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. There are approximately 6.8 million people who live in the Bay State. For a full look at those numbers, you can check out our free Western Mass News streaming app.
Now to a story Western Mass News has been following for weeks. The push for basketball hoops to return in the city of Springfield is gaining traction throughout the community.
Western Mass News reporter Lindsay Kane is getting answers on where the plans stand. She joins us live in Springfield with those details. Lindsay?
Chris and Jordyn, one local community activist sat down with the city's health commissioner, Helen Colton Harris, to propose a plan to get city hoops back up. Janae McDonald tells Western Mass News there's been an outpouring of support from the community, from people willing and wanting to help.
The community spoke up like they've been speaking up about this, and we had some community-based organizations that actually stepped forward and said that they were willing to volunteer and donate some of their time to help monitor the courts. And so with that, we were hoping to see kind of like an outdoor drop-in center setting happen with the courts, where the city could come in, put the hoops up over the weekend. We would have the community-based organization representatives out to sign the young people in, check their temperature, make sure they're wearing a mask, and allow them to enjoy the park and play ball.
She says COVID-19 numbers continue to trend downwards in the city, which could lead Springfield to be out of the high-risk zone for the virus soon. Western Mass News spoke with Colin Harris to see where the city stands on implementing the proposed plan.
I am not ready to make an announcement right now as far as basketball hoops are concerned. However, I will be within the next couple of days with the mayor, be making an announcement as far as basketball hoops are concerned.
McDonald says there is an online petition that currently has hundreds of signatures. That link is on our website, westernmassnews.com. She's also encouraging any local volunteers to come forward. Live in Springfield, Lindsay Kane, Western Mass News.
Lindsay, thanks for that live report. And Western Mass News is getting you answers. As reopening continues, residents are excited to get back to hobbies. Robert S. wants to know, what is MGM planning for the future of poker? So Western Mass News tracked down when your favorite card game could be returning. And here's what we found out. MGM Springfield says they currently do not offer poker, saying in part, the MA Gaming Commission minimum reopening standards and social distancing requirements will not allow us the volumes necessary to operate poker, but when the time comes, we will evaluate market conditions, demand, and our ability to support poker. Stick with Western Mass News as we continue to get answers on gaming at MGM Springfield. And if you have a question or something you want us to look into for you, you can email us at gettinganswers@westernmassnews.com. Include your name and phone number as we work to dig deeper.
Governor Charlie Baker announcing a change to the state's vaccination plan moving forward, taking the focus away from the mass vax sites.
Western Mass News reporter Matt Satilli is getting answers on how this could help Springfield get back up to speed. Matt?
Well, Chris and Jordan, here at Eastfield Mall in Springfield, it has been the center of attention for many people getting their COVID-19 shots in Western Mass. But that is about to change as the state shifts gears in order to perhaps make vaccines more readily available for Springfield residents. Springfield's Mayor Dominic Sarno has a strong message for city residents. Get vaccinated.
Now we are still technically in the red. We cannot be lax. No excuses. The vaccinations are there for you.
As a whole, Springfield vaccine rates are significantly lower than the rest of the state. 32% of Springfield residents have had one dose of the vaccine, compared to 52.9% statewide. Slightly more than 20% of residents are fully vaccinated, which is almost 15% lower than the state average. Governor Charlie Baker announced today the state will begin ramping down operations at 4 of the 7 mass vaccination sites in June, including Gillette Stadium, Heinz Convention Center, Doubletree in Danvers, and the Natick Mall. But at this point, there's no plans to make changes at the Eastfield Mall. Western Mass News spoke to Dr. Sly Douglas with Curative, the company overseeing the vaccine program at the mall, who says demand is still sky high.
We're actually increasing our productivity. We started out with maybe 500, and we're already up to near 2,000, and our goal was to get to 2,000 to 2,200.
But the state is moving towards more vaccinations at local neighborhood sites to target even more people in targeted communities.
I think it means that we've reached everybody that is interested in vaccination, because there may be people for which there needs to be some different approaches in bringing the vaccine more to them, as opposed to having a system set up where people have to go to the vaccine.
The state is even partnering with Uber to help residents get to their COVID appointments.
We will be able to help our residents get to the vaccination site. We've worked on the transportation. We've worked on the neighborhood clinics.
Springfield's Health and Human Services Commissioner Helen Coulter Harris says the vaccine has shown its effectiveness in older people. Now the primary focus turns to the 18 to 35-year-olds.
We will undertake to try to educate, communicate, and relate to our younger population, stressing the real concern we have for their health, for the health of their families, and that we want them to certainly consider being vaccinated. So
she says with this new plan of attack, the ball is in the people's court.
We're doing what you asked us to do. What we need is you to participate with us in partnership.
Now today, Mayor Dominic Sarno announced that the city of Springfield is in partnership with community stakeholders, setting up locations at 5 sites, which will begin at J.C. Williams Community Center and Behavioral Health Network. That begins this Wednesday, May 5th, and at the 5 locations it will run through Thursday, May 20th. For a full list of those sites, visit springfield-ma.gov. Reporting live in Springfield, I'm Matt Satilli, Western Mass News.